Hi guys, welcome back to Butterfly Box 78. Today we're going to finish up the rest of the readings. This reading is for Scorpio. We also will be drawing angel cards at the very end, which means that we'll be talking about whatever the focus is. Let's see here. Be just a moment. Alright, this reading is for Scorpio. I already set my intentions. Let's see here. Scorpio. I also want to let you guys know that these readings are for adults only. Anyone who is 18 and older. Also, this is for entertainment purposes. However, I am an intuitive. So if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, you might want to take a look at the other signs, see what your rising is. Also, cross watchers are welcome. What else? I guess that's it. Give me just a moment to meditate and we'll go ahead and get started. I'm maybe feeling the energy around my root chakra. It's the first thing that comes. Maybe a little bit around the heart. Let's go ahead and see what we've got for Scorpio. Okay, tradition in the reverse. Two swords in reverse. Nine of staves in the upright. And the overall energy is the Five of Staves. So with tradition in the reverse, this is basically saying that there's something that's going on. Either you're not doing something traditionally. With the Two of Swords, it's kind of like the inability, to make a decision, almost like the inability to be able to make a decision, which is causing you to be very protective. And with the overall energy being the Five of Staves, this is also kind of saying that there could be a defensiveness. You could be you're not taking the traditional route when it comes to a situation. These are singles love readings. So let's get a little bit more clarification. We will be using the Chakra Wisdom Tarot. And sorry guys. You know what? This was a jumper card. This fell out. It did fall. I did pick it up in the upright. So I guess you will be making a decision soon, especially since you got it in reverse and now you're getting it in the upright. So you will be making a decision about something. I'm not sure because these are love readings, if this is about a relationship or if this is just a general situation, but apparently you're not going about it, I guess, the traditional route. Maybe that's why I was feeling the energy in the root chakra, because, you know, it's going to start with the root of yourself. Let's go ahead and clarify. Okay. All right. So currently, this non-traditional route you're taking is showing the star card in reverse, which means that you, in the upright, it means following your dreams, creativity, doing something that has a lot of positivity, doing something from the heart. So whatever this inability to make a decision, I really feel strongly this is all about you following your heart, especially with the 9 of Swords in reverse. This is almost an energy of devastation, but with it being in reverse, I suspect this means that you're coming up out of a situation. Give me just one moment. Resentment, stubbornness, caution, and flexibility. So I guess with you're not being, I guess, flexible when trying to move forward. And then with the Princess of Swords being on kind of, you know, the lesson. These are considered lessons. Anytime it's in a reverse, I consider these lessons that you have to learn. It's almost like the path. So, Scorpio, what this is saying is that you should focus on what your heart is telling you. You need to cut away the BS and just really focus and learn to move forward with the decision that you're trying to make. Because with the Princess of Swords in the upright, she's kind of that energy that comes through. She's very focused. So that energy is a very focused energy. And I think it would be to, you know, whatever it is that you're having to decide, that, you know, you would have to focus. But the focus is going to be in the heart. Anytime that these cards are in the reverse shows that either you are underactive in your heart or you're overactive in your heart. The same thing with the orange. Since these have to do with the chakras, it's either you're overactive in the sacral chakra or you're underactive. So I think that may be why you're having such a hard time. And I believe this could have to do with inability to make a decision as far as moving on in a relationship. Now, I don't know if there were some things said, or if you had gotten into it with a partner in the past, but apparently right now you're very guarded. And it sounds like this is picking up on past energy. Let's go ahead and clarify. Okay. 7 of Wands in reverse. 8 of Coins in reverse. The Fool in reverse. King of Cups in the upright. Yeah. So I suspect this definitely has to do with a relationship. This could either be you. It is represented by your sign, the King of Cups in the upright. So with this decision making, I think spiritually, you're not, Scorpio, you haven't put this situation into prayer. And again, I told you I felt the the energy in my root chakra. And of course, you've got the Eight of Coins in reverse, which means that you're not paying attention to the options that you have. So if you're trying to decide that you could have many love interests, and you're just not really paying attention to anything else that's there. You also have the Fool in the reverse, and the Fool always represents the human. But I think that this is you, because it's in reverse. I feel strongly that this is you not really getting to the root of who you, like the core, the root of who you are in order to make this decision. That's why it's telling you to follow your heart. You know, I think that this is really important for you to understand that whatever decision that you are making about this love interest, or, you know, even the ones that you're not paying attention to, you have to go back to who you are as an individual. And with the King of Cups in the upright, I believe this could be you, Scorpio. Your sign is represented by cups because you guys are a water sign. This kind of represents emotional strength, stability, and kind of knowing where you're at. And because this is about your, you know, your spiritual side. So not only is this surrounded, like this reading really has to do with you, Scorpio, and the fact that you need to not just follow your heart and get to the root of who you are, but you really need to be, you know, asking God or Spirit, you know, for help in making these decisions. It shows here after you've kind of, you know, gone through some things, you know, because like I stated a moment ago, these are the lessons that you have to learn in order to get to the upright, you know. So spiritually, you know, you kind of need to, you know, ask God to help you in moving forward with these decisions or decision that you're going to make as far as the person or persons that you're choosing to deal with, because spiritually that is your root. Okay, that's your root. All right, and that would explain, you know, why you are so guarded. You know, this could be a past energy where you, or current energy where you've had so many issues in the past with loved ones, because it's just kind of all over the place. Normally I don't do this, but let's go ahead and see, what is it that you're guarding? What is it that what is it that you built a wall up around yourself about? What is going on with Scorpio? Please clarify the Nine of Staves. The Queen of Cups. This would be, okay, so this would be your heart. Judgment in the reverse. Nine of Wands in reverse. This is kind of the same thing. And then the Seven of Coins. Okay. So, again, this goes back to Spirit, and Spirit telling us that the overall energy is the Six of Swords. So, whoever this was that you were dealing with, Scorpios, you know, there was, I would say, emotionally a lot of disparity. Where she's in the reverse, this is an energy that isn't, I would say, whoever you were dealing with or are dealing with, or whatever the case may be, or whoever it is that has caused you to kind of be confused is because they're not emotionally stable. Had this been in the upright, I would have told you that there would have been a pairing here in a relationship that possibly you could have moved forward on, and the things that you guys would have had to focus on. But because she's in the reverse, this is telling us that this person, I can understand why you would be guarded. And again, I don't know. I have this feeling that this person is somebody from your past. They're not really willing to let you go. They're not really willing to say goodbye, but you know that emotionally that this situation isn't going to be, in your best interest, because you also have the Judgment in reverse. And with Judgment in reverse, it's telling us that this is not something that is favored. Also because this is like your crown chakra, which would be, again, your spirituality. It's not, it's, again, you are at that, you're learning lessons that in order to make these decisions, and move forward, with this person, or just period, you would really have to put it in prayer. And then this goes back. And I'm thinking that because of the Nine of Swords in reverse, and then with the Nine of Wands being in reverse, that this situation may have been like over sexualized. So it's hard, it's kind of hard for you to make a decision about this person, and that's probably why you're guarded. You've got 3 nines on the board, and 2 of them being in reverse. So sexually, I would say maybe there could be maybe not an obsession, but the connection between the 2 of you guys could have, the sex may have been great. The problem is that you can't build an actual solid relationship with it just being, having good sex. And this person is not interested in opening up to you emotionally, because the only reason that they're there is for the sex. So, Scorpio, this is letting you know that you probably need to move on. That's why you got Judgment in the reverse, because God is like, it's that reminder that he's telling you, like, no, this isn't really the route that you want to go. That's, you're the King of Cups. That's how they view you, very emotionally stable. But this person, they're not emotionally stable. They're just not providing you with what you needed. If had that been the case, tradition would have been in the upright, you know what I'm saying? And this would have been a very different reading, especially with the 6 of Swords being the overall energy. You will be moving away from this energy. And at the very end of this, you got the 7 of Coins in the upright. So again, this is all about you putting in order for there to be growth, you would have had to put, this is really about you, Scorpio. This is about you listening to your heart, and in your heart is where your spirit, is where kind of God lies for you. And because of that, God will give you the answers, but you're going to have to call upon him. You're going to have to pay attention to the messages. That's kind of what the 7 is talking about. The 7 of Coins generally represents growth materialistically, but since we're kind of talking about more in a because this is a singles love reading, this is really just kind of saying to us, this is talking about how important it is to, your growth spiritually, you know, and this is her making a choice. She's picking from the tree, you know, this beautiful cherry blossom tree of spirit. She's making her decision. She's picking the one she wants. She has the options. You know what I'm saying? They're there. She's watching, you know, she's also paying attention to how, you know, lustrous this beautiful tree is around her, you know. And so in a certain sense, Scorpio, you are the tree. And this is telling you that maybe this situation or this energy from the past, or it could be current, this person trying to come forward, especially if it's just a sexual situation, that this maybe not be in favor of this relationship. And then also on top of that, you have other choices. You don't have to go this route. Due to the fact that this reading is it's actually more directly to the point, we're going to go ahead and draw from the, we're going to get an inner message. I think that's really important since your lessons, since you have quite a few lessons that you have to learn. And it doesn't mean this takes a super long time. It could take a long time for you to make a decision. But what I'm seeing here is that, you know, you will make the right decision because you're going to follow, you know, what God has kind of put before you. You know, I think you're going to realize the options that you actually have available for yourself. And sometimes that does take a little bit of time, you know what I'm saying? But I think that, you know, you will definitely make the right decision. And Scorpio, I do believe that you definitely have. I think sometimes, you know, you guys can be very erratic, and people kind of look at you maybe sometimes emotionally, like, you know, Scorpios are kind of known for being pretty crazy, like, but I feel like in this particular situation, because you are very emotionally stable, that it's not gonna be hard. You're just gonna kind of, you know, like this overall energy here, you're gonna slip away. You're going to get your things. You're going to slip away into the night and really just move away from this situation. Let's go ahead and get the inner message. All right. Inner message is shock of the new. So, shock of the new is this is about communication. This is about you expressing whatever it is that you have to say verbally. Also creatively. I think it's important for you to get back to the root of yourself. That's why you have the root chakra in reverse. It's probably underactive because it's so important for you to kind of get back to you. I think that once you make that decision with the communication to this person and kind of moving on from that energy, that you will creatively be more of yourself. And I also think that this decision will also tell you how you're going to be moving forward. Let's get another message. Spirals of manifestation. Yeah. So you need to be very positive about how you're moving forward and how you're manifesting, because you don't want it to spiral out of control. You definitely need to put it, you know, with God. You need to pray about, you know, these decisions that you're making and how you're moving. I mean, because ultimately, you know, God will show you in time that you might not have made the right decision. And the last one is inner trust. Definitely. This is all about trusting yourself and the decisions that you're making when you're moving forward. I totally agree. And the overall energy is vision of life beyond death. So this overall energy is telling you that you need to go into self. You need to trust yourself and leave the old, begin something new. You are the peacock, you are the raven, but then you are also the wise owl. I've never known too many Scorpios that aren't wise. Most of you Scorpios are very wise. And also with the number 4 being here, 4 being the number of stability, but with another 4 that would make 8, and that means abundance. So, I think that, with you using your wisdom, that God is sending you these messages that he's sending you, you just really need to trust yourself. I am a little bit curious about the lover, or no, I'm not gonna go there with that. I think that's where I'm gonna stop as far as this message is concerned. I know for sure that this is pretty clear cut. I don't think that I need to clarify anymore. However, we are going to draw some angel cards, and let's see what the focus. Let's see where we need to be going as far as this reading is concerned. Strength. Wow. So it's going to be really important for you to have some strength when making this decision, because sometimes, especially if you're dealing with somebody sexually, it is hard because you have formed this attachment to move on, and you think that it could possibly be love, but sometimes we can easily mistaken love for trust. Also, you have success. So I do believe I've never met too many Scorpios that aren't successful. So there will be success in decisions that you're making. Not just that, but as long as you continue to listen to, what the wise old owl is telling you, that, you really can't go wrong. You're always going to have success. And then simplicity. Sorry, my bricks are falling down. Simplicity. So maybe instead of going for the, instead of maybe being so flashy, or going for the girl that everybody wants, or going for, the popular, handsome guy that, you might be dealing with, maybe you just need to go with the person who, is just a little bit more simple. And I'm not saying simple from the outside, but just has, easier to get along with, easier to deal with. And maybe it's time for you to simplify certain things in your life. Maybe there are certain hangups that you have, and maybe you just need to be a little bit more simple, or maybe your approach, or how you're dealing with things, because there are quite a few lessons that you have to learn. So in order for your relationship to move forward, with this being the overall energy, maybe things don't have to be as complicated as, you're making them be. And that's because, it's really important that you square away, certain energies from the jump, whether they're sexual or non-sexual. When you're dealing with people and the potential for any type of relationship, this is telling us that, you need to be maybe more upfront with what your intentions are. And if you don't know what your intentions are with this person because you're just getting to know them, maybe that needs to be really communicated. Scorpio, that was your reading for singles. I hope and pray that well, I already know Scorpio's got it in the bag, so I don't have to hope. But, I will put you guys in prayer as far as making any decisions. And I love you, Scorpios. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Make sure to subscribe, share, like the video. I don't even care. I just need viewers and subscribers. I love you all. Thank you for the support. Bye.